I'd like to talk to you about credits, how to do credits and how not to do credits. These are some of last year's films, and on the first one here, you can see that they've embedded their logos on the left-hand side. It's very much a part of the film. They're scrolling at the same pace as their other credits, and they've included a lot of fun material for you to watch. The next film here, there's a more dramatic take on things, and they've added this ripple effect, and they continued that ripple effect right over the top of the credits, which I thought was a great use of that. So even though the credits were on one screen, they did their heat effect over all of it. This next one here, obviously the credits are stretched and squished, and the aspect ratio is wrong, plus it looks like a PowerPoint slide that they just inserted in there. Not a good way to do things. On this film, we're looking at they introduce each sponsor individually, even though all the sponsors are on the same page. What's nice about this as well is it draws attention to each sponsor, and they've kept their background up, so it's still very much so a part of the film. And as you can see, they've actually filled up the screen edge to edge, so it's not like the last one where it was just a PowerPoint slide inserted in it. So this film here, you can see that the pace of the scrolling is relatively slow, but they've included all the sponsors, again, edge to edge, again, over their black background, so that's what they had going already, and they continued that theme, and they've embedded all the logos nicely into their film. They look very much like they're a part of the film. This one here, we're looking at, that's full widescreen, and now they went to a narrow screen, and the sponsors, again, look like it's just a cut and paste job. Not as good. All right, in the next film, we've got, they decided to do the credits, each one individually, and show off the sponsors. That's a good way to do it as well, but it does take a little bit more time. This one here, you can see the IFP logos over the background, but then again, a crappy cut and paste job where it doesn't look like a part of the film at all. Here, we've got a very interesting credit thing going on because you're actually looking at all the names of the individuals on their ID cards, and they gently introduce them at the bottom, and then again they come back for the second round with sponsors at the top and at the bottom to finish off. And again, I love it because it's very much so a part of the film, and it's very non-obtrusive. This one's amazing as well. We're looking at, they decided to actually print them on paper, and as you can see, they just scroll along the stop animation, and they've covered all the logos and all the sponsors that way too. Very creative use of the sponsors, and again, it's very much part of the film. This one here, they keep the animation going and the opacity going, and then they bring the sponsors in on the sides. And again, they're a little tight and crowded. I would have liked to have that a little bit spread out, but they did it, and it's part of the film. So it's nice. This one was great. I mean, the credits are coming in here, and they totally kept the theme of what's going on here and brought the sponsors in over their background. And then, of course, the credit roll as well. I really like this kind of technique where you're showing the background of your film, or you're continuing the action or whatever you're doing, and then you're showing the sponsors alongside. This filmmaker here did a great job. They embedded the logos, and they had kind of a thing going on the right and a thing going on the left. So you got the sponsors on the left drawing your eye. You've got the credits rolling on the right. Very much embedded in the film. Very natural, feels really, really good. So again, the copy paste, all the sponsors on the screen at one time, is kind of what you want to stay away from. This film had live action, but they decided to do animated credits, and again, they kept the animation rolling right underneath all the sponsors, and it looks really natural. Lastly, this is my favorite. They rolled their credit roll, and then at the end, they said, "Thank you, sponsors," and they had the character from the film obviously pointing to the sponsors, which was very clever, and it got a big laugh in the theaters too. So it can kind of continue the theme of their film on the comedy of it all. So that was very nice, very creative. These sponsors are what make Z-Fest Without them, there wouldn't be a Z-Fest. And we need to give them kudos, shout outs, anything we can to make their sponsorship worthwhile. And having their logos on your movies and on the big screen are one of the big ways that we can do that for them. So there you go. Thanks for participating, and thanks for watching this video.